Sofía Vergara. Sofía Vergara's rise to international prominence is the kind of story Hollywood loves to romanticize. Yet few understand how much strategy and discipline were behind her ascent. Long before she became a household name, she had already mastered the art of public presence. Discovered unexpectedly, she learned early how to control attention rather than be overwhelmed by it. Her comedic brilliance in Modern Family did more than just earn her awards. It repositioned her in the global imagination as one of the most versatile comedic actresses of her generation. Off-screen, her influence expanded even further. She ventured into business with a sharp entrepreneurial instinct, launching brands, investing in wellness, and collaborating on high-profile product lines. Her philanthropy has been equally impactful, especially in programs focused on health, empowerment, and community uplift. In every phase of her life, Sofía has taken the expectations placed upon her and flipped them into opportunities, proving that charisma becomes true power only when paired with intelligence and relentless work ethic. Cassandra Peterson, Elvira. Cassandra Peterson's creation of Elvira was not merely a character choice. It was a cultural intervention. She stepped into a male-dominated genre where women were often one-dimensional accessories to horror narratives, and she rewrote the script entirely. Elvira became a living satire of everything that Hollywood tends to exaggerate, yet Cassandra infused the persona with enough depth, wit, and theatrical intelligence to make her unforgettable. The costume, the humor, the delivery, every element was calculated to subvert expectations. Behind the scenes, Peterson was managing production decisions, negotiating rights, and protecting the brand with unwavering precision. Her character expanded into films, television specials, merchandise, conventions, and even global Halloween culture. What most people fail to see is that Cassandra was never simply acting. She was engineering a franchise. Her longevity is the result of both creativity and business acumen, proving that cult icons are rarely accidents. They are the result of fearless artistic control. Kate Upton. Kate Upton's story is often oversimplified by outsiders who assumed that a single magazine cover defined her career. In reality, that moment was just a spark. What followed was a calculated, confident expansion into territory where many before her had been rejected. She insisted on authenticity in an industry that typically rewards conformity. Instead of adapting to fashion's rigid expectations, she made fashion adapt to her. That bold stance fueled a cultural shift toward inclusivity and variety in beauty standards, opening doors for countless models who had previously been overlooked. Beyond modeling, Upton showcased unexpected layers: athleticism from her equestrian background, sharp media presence in interviews, and a strong commitment to mental and physical wellness. She publicly confronted criticism, but never from a place of defensiveness, always from a place of grounded self-worth. Her influence reaches far beyond the runway. She became a symbol of self-acceptance, showing that success rooted in authenticity is often the most powerful. Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek's journey spans continents, industries, and social movements. She first captivated audiences with her commanding screen presence, but what truly set her apart was her ability to balance artistry with purpose. After breaking into Hollywood, she refused to be confined to the limited roles available to Latina actresses. Instead, she created her own opportunities by stepping into producing, which ultimately led to critically acclaimed projects that reshaped perceptions of Latin American storytelling. Hayek's activism is not performative, it is deeply personal. She has been a vocal advocate for women's rights, survivors of violence, immigrants, and global humanitarian issues, often speaking out when silence would have been far easier. She uses fame not as a shield but as a tool, amplifying conversations that many industries prefer to avoid. With every role she selects and every cause she champions, she reinforces the idea that influence is most meaningful when used for collective progress rather than personal comfort. Alexandra Daddario. Alexandra Daddario built her career in a way that reflects both patience and precision. While initial attention often came from her striking on-screen presence, she refused to let early impressions dictate her long-term trajectory. Instead, she invested in acting classes, refined her craft, and pursued roles that showcased emotional depth rather than relying solely on external appeal. Directors and co-stars often describe her as intensely focused, prepared, and willing to take creative risks. Her performances in dramatic series and thrillers proved her capability to carry complex arcs, leading to wider recognition and opportunities in both independent cinema and major productions. Off-screen, she cultivates an approachable, thoughtful persona that resonates with fans, using social media and interviews to discuss creativity, mental health, and industry pressures. Her success is the result of consistent discipline, choosing growth over shortcuts and substance over spectacle. Shannon Elizabeth. Shannon Elizabeth's initial breakout placed her under a spotlight that could easily have typecast her indefinitely. Instead, she treated her early fame not as a fixed identity, but as a launching platform. She embraced comedic roles, then shifted seamlessly into horror, demonstrating her range. Her unexpected pivot into professional poker surprised many, but it revealed her competitive mindset, strategic thinking, and willingness to reinvent herself entirely. She later turned toward activism, animal rescue initiatives, and humanitarian projects, showing a dimension that few predicted when she first entered the industry. Shannon's career is a reminder that longevity belongs to those who evolve, adapt, and diversify their talents beyond what the public first expects. Kelly Brook. Kelly Brook's presence in British pop culture is so enduring that many forget just how long she has successfully navigated one of the world's most aggressive tabloid ecosystems. Public fascination followed her everywhere, yet she remained grounded, charismatic, and remarkably resilient. She transitioned across modeling, hosting, acting, stage performance, and brand collaborations with ease, proving she was more than a single headline narrative. Brooks' greatest strength lies in her ability to maintain control of her image despite relentless commentary, never retreating, always repositioning, always finding new avenues to express herself. She embodies the art of thriving under scrutiny, turning public attention into long-term opportunity. Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney emerged at a time when audiences demanded authenticity, and she delivered it wholeheartedly. She cultivated an image that balances vulnerability with determination, often discussing the pressures of fame, the complexities of identity, and the importance of self-definition. Her acting range has impressed critics, with performances marked by intensity, emotional honesty, and meticulous preparation. She speaks openly about the expectations placed on young women in Hollywood, using transparency as a shield and a statement. Her future trajectory is poised for even greater impact because she understands the cultural moment she is living in, and she knows how to navigate it with clarity and intention. Michelle Keegan. Michelle Keegan's career longevity stems from her ability to resonate with audiences on multiple levels. She brings charm and approachability to every role, creating characters viewers immediately connect with. Moving from soap operas to more ambitious dramas, she consistently challenged herself to rise above early expectations. Her public persona is polished yet relatable, a balance that very few public figures maintain for long. Media coverage often highlights her appearance, but the true foundation of her success lies in her professionalism, dedication to her craft, and consistent evolution as an actress.